to a great gorgeous girl.
Very classy, the maker of champions.
The giant WrestleMania.
I'm so sick of these people. You know, I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
I got that thing on me. I got that stick. I got that tool. I'm packing.
You must be some kind of a dumbass. And I will never retire.
You know, this aggression will not stand, man.
Now get that garbage out of here.
It doesn't matter what you think.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Welcome in everybody to another edition of Friday Night Review. I am Scalz, and tonight just me and Cam are going to be here running the show. How we doing?
Pretty good, man. You know, I thought this was a really, really good episode of Smackdown. Like I said, they really focused on WrestleMania tonight and really building towards that. So it was a really good episode of Smackdown, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I only saw bits and pieces of it, but from what I saw, the show was really well put together. There was a lot going on. They furthered a lot of things. They got the tag title match.
Flow, I think, throughout the rest of the night.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was too rushed, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the first match of the night, and that was Angel and Berto, as he's now called, with his, I don't know, fifth name change within WWE, again, versus Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro from LWO. I saw bits and pieces of this match. This match was good. Like, Wilde and Del Toro are so underrated compared to what they could do. And if you watch them on NXT, you see how much better they've gotten in the ring and what they're willing to do and show off. They've gotten a lot of praise for being able to take risks on all these high-flying moves and everything else they've been doing. So I'm liking what they're bringing it to the table.
Absolutely. You know, and for them to be able to have to follow, you know, the Rock segment, I think is it should be given some praise as well, because that had the crowd, you know, pretty much red hot, you know, through that entire segment. So you know, I would say at first it felt like, you know, the crowd was kind of just, you know, kind of somber, kind of just, you know, just kind of chilling out during the, you know, first, you know, opening portions of this match. But the longer the match went on, you know, they started to come alive. And I feel like even just the match itself, I think the longer the match started to go on, it really started to pick up, you know. But it was an incredible match from both LWO and Legado del Fantasma. I honestly felt like the LWO should have won. I mean, they pretty much were controlling most of this match. And this is easily probably, I think, LWO's best match I've seen, you know, with them as a tag team for me. So this was a great match. They didn't hold anything back for sure. Great way to kick off this tournament that they got going on right now, leading into this ladder match for Mania. So yeah, great stuff, you know.
What I didn't see the ending, so I was scrolling on Twitter, and I was under the assumption that LWO did win, and I was very confused as to why they did, because they're already in the title match to go toward. Me, it didn't make sense for them to be involved in both. When I found out Legado won, I was like, okay, that makes more sense. So I can see where you're coming from, because LWO is a main roster brand, but they're getting a good focus down in NXT right now as well. So I don't think they could have had them in both. That would have just been like taken away from another team that could possibly have.
True.
Legado has been great since they've got back together like this. Like, I love the addition of Angel and Berto with Santos. Like, it reminds me of Legado when they were in NXT. So I just want to see them keep evolving and getting better. And we'll do that next week when Rey Mysterio takes on Santos Escobar. We'll get to that later in the show, but After this match, we had LA Knight come out with Kayla. So what happened in this little? This was a quick segment. I missed it, so I don't know.
So he pretty much just came out and he was pretty much asked by Kayla, about the whole AJ Styles, feud that's been going on recently. AJ Styles has been pretty much, kind of like ducking LA Knight essentially. But LA Knight came out, cut a promo. It was a pretty good promo. Crowd is still pretty much behind LA Knight. He's still massively over. So he issued the challenge to AJ Styles for WrestleMania. And then it didn't look like AJ was gonna come out, but so as soon as LA Knight ended, with his catchphrase, with everybody saying LA Knight. So after he ended, right when he ended that, you see like in the background somebody running with a chair, and it's AJ, and AJ just whacks him in the back with a chair, then takes the chair and then sits on the chair on top of LA Knight, and then he says, I accept. So got the match set up for LA Knight and Styles for WrestleMania.
Okay. I would have liked to seen them involved in the United States Championship match to do a ladder match, like I've been saying. But I'm okay with them doing this because it allows another match to be on the card. Yeah, so I'm okay with that. What was the next segment that we had? It was I think this was Logan Paul and Nick Aldis.
Yep.
So what was this about?
Logan was talking to Nick, and he was wanting, repercussions for Randy for what he did last week, RKO and KSI, and ruin his whole announcement for the Prime partnership with WWE. And then Nick basically telling him like, well, if you're wanting an apology, why don't you do it yourself tonight? Why don't you just go ask Randy yourself? So and Paul basically was like, well, he's like, well, it's pretty much it's your job, that to allow me to be able to go do that. But how can I expect you to do your job when you can't even find me a WrestleMania opponent? So hint, hint, they're leaning towards a WrestleMania opponent for him. So that was a good segment there. And then later in the program, which we'll get into, that match ended up getting made too. But there's a twist, but we'll get to that in a minute. So that was that segment though.
And then we had Heyman, Solo Sikoa, and Uso in the back. From what I'm reading, apparently Heyman got scared by Kayla.
Yeah. So
I'm loving their interaction between the two of them. Those two are great together.
So when they arrived, they were Paul, Solo, and Jimmy were walking around the corner, and then Kayla shows up, and then Paul's just like, "Oh my god!" He just like jumps out of his skin, getting scared at Kayla, and then Kayla asks, about do they have a response to what Jey Uso issued, the challenge that Jey Uso issued to Jimmy on Raw, and Jimmy cuts a amazing promo on that, and needless to say, obviously he accepts. So once again, another match that we've possibly have made. We haven't seen the graphic for any of these matches that I just talked about yet, but Jimmy Uso accepts. So we are getting Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso
nice.
at Mania. So
I'm excited
hyped
for that.
Absolutely.
Having 70,000 people doing the Jey Uso entrance.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be wild.
Crazy.
So this is what else you were alluding to. We had Randy Orton versus Grayson Waller with Austin Theory. How was the match? I missed this. Like I said,
it was a great match
tonight.
This was a great match. Like I said, once again, Randy Orton, I think, is probably on the best run right now of his career. He just seems more comfortable. He just seems more relaxed. I have a newfound respect for him. I watched the A&E biography or whatever. Great biography. If anyone has not seen that, I suggest you go watch it. It's really, really good. But just seeing what he's been through in his recovery and his return and things like that. He's definitely, he just seems more focused. I don't know what it is. He just seems more focused, and he just seems like he's enjoying whatever they give him right now. So this was a great match. Like I said, Randy Orton he's such a professional. He's such a ring general in his own right. So this is a great match. Logan Paul did come out during this match. He was on commentary. naturally. And but Randy ended up winning the match, obviously. And then Randy gets attacked by Theory and Waller and Logan Paul after the match. Kevin Owens then comes out for the saves Randy Orton. There was a nice stunner into an RKO. Like, so KO hit a stunner on Theory, and Theory popped up in the air. And when he popped up in the air, Randy caught him with the RKO coming down. So that
Oh,
was
I have to go
very
watch that.
unique. Yeah, so it was awesome. So that was pretty cool. Now when before that, when KO came out, because Randy was kind of like down on one knee, and KO came up from behind him, and Randy, not knowing who it was behind him, almost RKO'd Kevin Owens until Kevin Owens pushed him off. So once again, kind of like teasing
Mhm.
that a little bit as well. And then of course Nick Aldis comes out after all that happens, and then of course he then has an answer for Paul, who's wanting a WrestleMania opponent. And Nick is like, "Well, I have a great idea for your WrestleMania opponent. Actually, should I say a WrestleMania opponent? You will be facing Kevin Owens and Randy Orton in a triple threat for the United States title at WrestleMania." So, triple threat for the United States title.
Okay. So I'm curious as to what we're going to get from that. Are we going to see a title change finally? Are we going to see Logan Paul lose this belt?
I think
And
so.
if so, to who?
Man, I don't know. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing Randy win it. I think that'd be nice. But at the same time, it's been so long since we've seen KO hold gold. So, and I just think he's overdue.
And
So
he's always done well with that United States Championship too.
exactly.
Um,
So I'd
that's
be
what
happy with either or.
that's what he
I don't
first
know.
came up and took off of Cena, so it
Mhm.
could be a nice callback to that. Although Logan Paul has been doing a lot of promoting with WWE, and he takes that belt everywhere he goes.
He does.
So, um, I mean, I think they got what they wanted out of it. So, I'm happy for that. And I agree with you. I'd be happy with either one of them getting a title. So, I think that could be good. Kayla Braxton meets in the back with Damage Control. Dakota tells you she's going to break Bailey. Um, Pretty much standard promo that they're going to destroy their opponent tonight. Then we had Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. I wish I'd seen this match because I like Dragon Lee and I like Santos.
I mean, you didn't really miss much. I definitely think you still could put on a better match than what we got. It was okay. This match, this portion of the show, did feel a bit rushed. I guess the ending just felt kind of flat as well. But obviously, what happened after the match, I think, was the most interesting part. Rey Mysterio came out. Um, Ray looked like he was rocking like an old school mask too, because it looked like a mask from back in the day. So it felt like an old school kind of fit for him. But they came out. Ray almost hits a 619 on Santos, and then obviously issues the challenge for Santos next week. So I'm hyped to see Santos versus Rey Mysterio. But yeah, this was an okay. Like I said, it really wasn't better than it wasn't better than the LWO and Legato tag man, that's for sure. But you got a lot of Legato on this program, and they both got W. So it was a
Now,
pretty heavy event for them.
my question is, if we're not getting Ray versus Santos at Mania,
Mm.
what are we going to get? Are we
So
going
I
to get
don't
a
know.
6-man? Are we going to get a 6-man tag
I don't
with
know.
Ray and LWO versus Legato? Are we going to
I
get
don't know.
Are we going to get Dragon Lee versus Santos there? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just so weird because they're building this up, but I don't know what the possible solution could be.
I don't know. That's a good question. I was thinking the same thing. I feel like that's where they missed the opportunity. I feel like Ray should have got on the mic and said at Mania. That's what
Right,
I feel like.
instead of next week.
Yeah.
But I guess they're trying to draw viewers in for each week until Mania, because Mania is only 3 weeks away. Well, yeah, 3 weeks away.
So then that tells me. I mean, going based off what you just said, then that tells me there's something that's going to happen. So this
In the
match
next 3
doesn't
weeks.
happen, right? Like I'm talking like even like next week. So maybe this match doesn't happen for some reason. Ray gets attacked before he gets to the ring, something like that, and then they continue it on, and then the match that was supposed to be for next week gets made at Mania. I don't know. So
Okay, that wouldn't be too bad. I'd be okay with that. Figuring out a way for that to happen. Next we had the second tag team match for the entrant into the ladder match. I heard this was a pretty good match. I missed this one. I wasn't home for most of the show tonight, so I apologize, guys. But Cam's doing pretty well carrying the show. So
yeah, this is a pretty good match. It wasn't better than the LWO match. I feel like that match was just it's hard to top in terms of tag team matches on this program. But this was a good match. It started to pick up more and more, obviously, as the match went on. The crowd. I don't know if they were just like. I think they just expended a lot of energy on the Rock thing. That's what I think. So, the crowd was just kind of dormant during this match. But this was pretty good stuff, though. I think I'm loving the New Catch Republic. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, I think work really well together. So I'm loving that. So yeah, so good stuff from them, and this tournament goes on. So far, this tournament looks pretty good. Looks pretty stacked, in terms of tag teams.
I'm actually excited to see these teams that they're putting in there, because it's different people. It's not the same tag teams that are going for the belts. Because like you have New Catch Republic, you have Legato versus Judgment Day. Those are the three teams. Yeah, it's just, and obviously they're trying to pick more of the high flyers because it is. Anything else you want to touch on?
I think that's it.
Okay, so let's close this out for the night. Where can we find you, Cam?
In terms of networks, you can find me right here every single Friday night after Friday Night Smackdown, talking sports and Smackdown. Every single Friday night with Friday Night Review with, of course, this man right here, Scalz, and of course our other partner, Jamie Rose. And then you can find me on our sister page on Rivet City Radio every single Monday night with the table spot with Mike and Sean. And then on Wednesday nights on River City Radio after AEW Dynamite with The Boom with me, Metalcore Mike, and Phil Khan. And then in terms of social media, you can find me on TikTok. I have 3 TikTok pages. Call me Cam G, Cam's Wrestling Corner, and my newest page, Cam's Squared Circle Mania. And then you can find me on Twitter at CammyCheese317. And if that does not sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon, Eggs, and Cam.
I am Scalz. You can find me here on Off the Top Media on both Twitch and YouTube, as well as Off the Top Media _ on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I host Friday Night Review with Cam and Jamie every Friday night after SmackDown. I also host NXT on Tap every Tuesday after NXT with Phil the Future. And right now we are rotating guests while Jax is doing some personal stuff. So next week, look forward to having Will Gray on our show to discuss NXT. Sunday nights on this network, we also do off. Sorry for the interruption. That is hosted by Jax, Tommy, Will, Mike, whole bunch of misfits all thrown into one. It's a great show. Make sure you check it out. If you did not know, we do have a Patreon. That Patreon offers 3 different tiers. The $2 tier gets you the Delicious as Fuck cookbook, as well as all of our shows ad-free. And then the $5 tier gets you both of those, and then you get exclusive shows that are being added, as well as exclusive content, articles, different things. And then the that also includes the after parties. So anytime there's a show, some of the shows will do an after party afterwards and continue recording after that. You'll get to see that. And then the $10 tier gets you into the Discord on a special role to get a special channel to where you can discuss and talk to all of the hosts, as well as getting the monthly viewing with Will and Jax as they watch a movie together. So it's great. Make sure you check it out. They are doing a giveaway starting April 1st. We'll be doing a giveaway. You need to be subscribing to either Off the Top Media or Rivet City Radio's YouTube, as well as in the Patreon. Want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We'll catch y'all soon, and we hope to see you back. Have a great evening.